Now I'll go over some details about how I made the tabulated assembly drawing. So that's what we want to do here. Create a single tabulated drawing that we can document many, many assemblies. So I'm going to use my 64:1. I think I called it a 48, but it's a 64, 4 by 4 by 4 tabulated module. They're all spaced out. So now I need text balloons and create a tabulated table. So here we go. I've created on a B-size title block. I've put my ANSI standard title block in. I've used my isometric view as my main view. And then to get these little lines to show that this would all be bolted together along these lines, I just use the centerline tool from point to point to point to point. I did that twice to show that that would collapse together and be bolted together. And then I put individual balloons where I wanted them. And so I want one on each gear reducer module on the end plate. And I need to point at this area to show that there will be a transfer shaft there, maybe. Okay, not sure, but it could be. And to show that there's going to be some sort of a bolt pack needed to bolt these things up. And so that's what I've put into place right there. So that's how I did it. I used the balloon, and you have to move them around and get them into place as you like them. You know, you might have to move it a little bit if you want to, and double click on it and do this override thing to get it to say what you want it to say. Okay, but I wanted these in a specific pattern, so these were all essentially item 1, but then the first one would be 1A, 1B, 1C, and you'll see how that works in just a few moments when I do my next video. But the nuts and bolts of it are just to place this view that you've already made. Here it is, right? There it is right there. I placed that view, and then I placed individual balloons rather than auto balloons. They're individual balloons, and I renumbered them to a way that I thought would make sense, and I placed these little lines here to signify that those would all made up right through that bolt hole, and somebody's going to put a bolt through them. So that's your first step of create the single tabulated drawings.